Yeah, look, I think it was widely talked about and I thought it was a smart move. Clearly showed some form down the order in the previous game. Narayan lacking runs up front, so a smart move to get someone at the top of the order that's familiar in that position as well.
Rahul Tripathi's best days have come when he's opened the innings, and there are a couple of things that go in his favour. One is his fearless approach. The second is his selfless nature of his stroke play. He's someone, and there is sizable evidence to suggest that if he's opening, he'll actually be very much like Narayan. If he were to get out cheaply, he's not going to be hanging around there and eating up deliveries. But if he gets set, this is what he can do. We saw what he's capable of, and therefore the faith in Rahul Tripathi to open the innings actually justified.
Yeah, both bowled exceptionally well. They were critical in the middle of the innings, and what I liked about Karan Sharma was he was brave with the pacey bowl. He tossed it up, therefore getting the opportunity to get some catches in the outfield. And Thakur, I thought, just bowled the right length on this surface. He hit the pitch hard. He bowled a lot of cross-seam deliveries, which seemed to sit up a little bit into the wicket. So he read the conditions well and executed well.
There was a time when KKR were well set to get to 190 plus with Russell, Morgan, Karthik to follow. And that's when I think Karan Sharma was outstanding. He was picked in this game ahead of Piyush Chawla, bowled with a little bit of flight. There was, of course, the boundaries are fairly huge. And once you've got the heart to just flight the ball and pitch it fuller, you will either go for runs or pick up wickets. He ended up picking up crucial wickets. And Shardul, he's been outstanding now. 2 games in a row against KXIP. He took Rahul and Nicholas Pooran in 2 balls. I think it was the 18th over, and here he dismissed Gill at the top and Russell at the bottom. I think that was a near perfect match from Shardul Thakur.
That was a critical moment. Soon after a strategic timeout, playing a shot like that, it just didn't make a lot of sense, particularly given the position they were in and what the field position was. It wasn't like mid-off was in on the ring. Mid-off was sitting back on the boundary, and I just thought it was a reckless shot at that time. At that time, it needed the established batsman to see the innings out just to secure the game. There's still an opening there if CSK had lost a wicket, which they did, and then soon after lost more.
Just imagine if that was a 6. Would it have sealed a deal for CSK? Was it the winning shot, or would it have changed the outcome completely? No, there was still enough game left. So when you're going for this glory shot, you got to bear one thing in mind, that is this shot going to make a difference? 6 wouldn't have. When you actually get caught in the deep, it definitely did. And I'm pretty sure that when Raidu looks back at that shot, he'll be regretting it.
Coming in with very few balls left, also coming in with a run rate that's inflated further than it should be. It's very hard for any batsman to come in and suddenly strike form and pick off boundaries wherever he chooses. But what I did find intriguing was just some of the shot selections, just the clarity around, what were the best shots against the style of bowling to, maximise my boundary options. And that to me wasn't really as clear as it should have been.
It was quite puzzling the way he actually went about that innings, because the moment Dhoni got out in a slightly out of character shot, because he's someone who's known to take the game deep, really into the 19th and the 20th over. He felt that he had to go. So there was a solid enough reason for everybody else to realize that we are getting into a slightly tricky area. Might as well start attacking as soon as we get in. First 3 balls, dot balls, another couple of dot balls. And then when he started trying to hit, it just did not come off. Maybe just lack of cricket in the last 12-14 months has been his undoing. But he did leave a lot to be desired.
Yeah, look, KKR did take an interesting approach. Who's to say they're wrong? They've ended up winning by 10 runs. But at the end of the day, no one would have guessed that Sunil Narayan was going to bowl his first over at the 12th over of the innings, particularly with a record that he's got against Shane Watson. He's picked him up more often than not whenever they've come up against each other. And Watson was established at the crease. And the other point was interesting was that, they hadn't lost, only lost the one wicket. So there was plenty of time for the captain to consider whether it be Narayan to come into the attack for 1 or 2 overs, whether it be Russell to come for one explosive over. None of these options were taken, which was puzzling to us all.
By the 11th over, Pat Cummins was done with his 4 overs. And at that point in time, Narayan had not even started his quota of overs. Of course, end will justify the means, but I'll be very surprised if the same tactics are once again employed against their side like the Mumbai Indians. If they find themselves in a similar position and if they go with this option, I don't see a lot of success coming their way.